feelings about the service learning project?
My feelings about this service learning project were that it's important to focus on education and the importance of the STEM degrees, such as the science, the technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Okay, can you describe your feelings on how you felt about the service learning project?
I was very excited to start the service learning project. I thought that it was going to be a great opportunity for our group to be involved in something bigger than just, say, picking up garbage or doing anything like that. You know, definitely the learning part of how to advertise and do all these things for the STEM careers was a very big important opportunity. We had the math competition, you know, that necessarily would have provided a lot of learning for all of us. We've certainly learned all the diverse STEM careers that are available for any youth nowadays, and having to actually advertise that to high schoolers was a great opportunity.
How did you feel as you engaged in this service?
My feelings were very surprised because I didn't know where to begin with, what we were supposed to do in the project. But then as I got to learn more about it, it was pretty simple. You just had to make calls and make sure to advocate for the people that are intrigued in learning and the math competition, and it was pretty easy. So yeah, I liked it.
How did you feel about going into this project?
I felt like it was going to be a great experience. I was very excited to meet the students and to encourage them to be on the math competition, because it is a great opportunity for them as they go into college or university. So I feel like I was going to learn a lot.
You engaged in the service learning project.
How do I feel? At first, I think it was crazy. You know, I hate math, I'm gonna be honest. And then when we start developing the project, then I realized that it's not that bad. And we start calling people, sending emails. Sometimes we didn't get emails back, but you know, we tried. And it was amazing, you know, it was interesting. We work as a team, and I think that was the best part of all of it.
So how do you guys feel about the math competition? What's your view on it?
I'm very excited to see what students, what schools are going to be involved, and I think it's going to be a fun time.
I wonder if any of the classmates of the school kids that we met, you know, if they're actually going to end up registering. I would like to see them there.
I'd like to see how the math competition turns out and the turnout of people that are going to go.
I would like to be there. It will be interesting, you know, being part of the whole competition, helping organizing it, and then being part of the big day, you know.
So what do you guys think we're advocating for?
I think we're advocating for those that don't have enough education, but that do have a certain calling to a subject. In this case, it being anything within the STEM program: science, technology, engineering, mathematics, which is possible. There are a lot of people that are very bright in that field of study.
I think that this more advocates for the high school students that are undecided about what they want their major to be, because they just get out of high school and then they all have these obstacles to overcome, what major, what degree you're gonna go into. So this competition is kind of a way to guide them. How did you felt as you engaged in this service learning project?
How I felt engaging in this service learning project was, I was a little surprised at first. I wasn't aware that Miami-Dade had a type of math competition. But you know, I welcomed it. I welcomed it with open arms, because I do value education, and I think it's a very underrated entity.
Okay. How did you feel as you were engaging into the service learning project?
Well, I was actually very surprised to the amount of people that were actually excited to help us out. I was very excited about the everybody actually engaging in this project and the way that a lot of people have responded our emails and our calls wanting to sign up for it, even though it's until February. How did you feel while doing the service learning hours?
I really liked it. I enjoyed interviewing them and talking to them, and I liked it.
What did you do and what were you advocating for?
I was just letting them know like what they could get from this opportunity, and I was of course calling the schools, checking to see if they wanted to include their schools or if they wanted to include their students.
Ruben, so how did you feel as you were engaging into the service learning project?
It was a great opportunity to help students to get involved in the math competition. It's a really new math competition, and we get the attention of a lot of schools. Most of them knew about this competition. They have the information already. They were wanted to participate again, and that's something important because even if they lose or win, they want to be part of something, and they want to interact with other schools, with all other students, and I think that's important.
What have you learned reflecting back at your project?
What I have looked back reflecting on my project is that no matter where you go, you're going to end up having to plan and organize any type of service, whether it be a math competition or any type of service learning project.
What have you learned reflecting back on your project?
I've learned a lot. I've learned the respect of having other people's views. The fact is that, you know, it doesn't seem very important to respect other people's views for some people, but at the same time, I learned very, very much that even though you may not see the same views of other people, you can still communicate, you can still find out how to express yourself. There were a lot of people that did not understand the math competition, and being able to express the importance of it showed a lot of patience, showed a lot of respect, and our communication skills were tested.